Medusa or Sniper, just something that can stand its ground or keep high range. Medusa has a good matchup against OD. Maybe there's something in this game where you still build the Ags on OD to like just take the Medusa out of the fight, because they're gonna rely on that later and you just spam Astro her and try to kill her team. Maybe that's one thing to go about it, but I gotta say I like the Hustlers draft, and I don't know why there's a Warlock, but maybe Spartan can surprise me and show me why I'm stupid and I don't understand the hero.
We'll see what it can do. And at the least, obviously, something that the carry is going to be happy to have by their side in terms of the heals that Spartan can pump out in the laning stage. And, you know, down the lines, there's some pretty nice, you know, theoretical fatal bomb combos in terms of AoE damage that his teammates are going to be kicking out in the fight.
That's true.
So could get some big damage off in the team fights.
The 5-man Fisher into Fatal Bonds into the OD ult. I'm happy to see it. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, definitely some potential if their spells line up nicely. And you know, from what we've seen so far today, Monaspa looking very much to be on top form. Very impressive showing in that first game against Alliance. We'll see though if Hustlers are going to prove to be the stronger side today though.
There's something about these lanes that is somewhat interesting. So I think mid, this should definitely be a very Viper favorite matchup, like even some 70-30 against the Lesh. But something, as we have a quick pause, so I get to talk a bit more, that's nice, is this top lane. OD is a very strange carry, that's why we don't really see it so often. The hero being set up with a healing support is actually kind of interesting to me, because the hero doesn't have any built-in HP regen. You don't really build any of these items, because you don't buy Meteor Hammer anymore. And Nande loves to rush Midas. So him having Spartan on this Warlock, I feel like this OD, he's got a free farm. He has a good lane against the Tide, unless there's some tossback. He's just going to be being chilling, and he's going to rush a Midas, and yeah, I think now they should be set up for a good game.
All right, we'll see how well he is able to play that lane. And then on the other side of the map, will it be a slow start for Shad in the lane, or is he going to be all right against the Lycan Shaker?
Yeah, he should be similarly, I think. Yeah. Both carries should just be free farming. They're just going to pull some waves. He's just going to farm on the tower. He has an Undying. So I would say most heroes are going to be very happy. The one thing that could swing a lot is just this mid matchup.
We'll see how that plays out here between Mirage and Wish. Of course, a lot to play for on these games. If Monaspa get the win, they will be going to Division 1. Hustlers, I need to take this game and then take the next one that will occur against Alliance for them to have a shot.
Heroes are indeed missing. I'm happy that Monaspa are keeping us up to date.
I mean, and what overall is there? It's sort of the build beyond the Midas for the safe lane OD nowadays.
I mean, it's a bit hard for me to say, because no one really plays this hero. No. So I feel like when you're carry, you're probably more inclined to go some right-click build. But I feel like that doesn't play that well into Medusa. I feel like you would perhaps help your team more if you just go this Ags into magic build, where you just take out the Medusa by just spam Astraling her. And like you take out this one wall, and then you help your Lesh and Lycan that way to just like deal with the rest. Kill the Tiny, try to kill the Viper in the Shapeshift. But we'll see. Maybe he knows better, and there's some Midas Witchblade build where you play like with Pike and Blink, where you play long fights that way. But I still feel like the Axe is just, it just looks too good.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, for sure, because obviously, as you say, the Midas that you will be getting regardless first, you know, going down sort of a farming, right-clicking route, is there ever a time where you have a good matchup against the Medusa, or, you know, beyond sort of 20-plus minutes, the Medusa's just not going to care about you?
I mean, maybe you do, with like, but you're going to need a lot of items, I think, to do so. Like, you probably need a Pike at the same time to then, like, try and kite out the stone gates and stuff like that. So perhaps you need like too many items that it's too slow, whereas you can just go Ags and maybe then still transition if you want to. So I feel like it's just a safer choice. Nope.
Looks like they're having some internet issues or something here, Hustlers, unfortunately.
The XDs are being dropped.
Hopefully that they're able to resolve themselves pretty soon. Apologies for the delay, ladies and gentlemen.
Just gonna have some wave pulling going on. Probably, I mean, both the side lanes, as we said before, they're gonna be played out, I think, fairly similarly, because neither off lanes can really pressure that much. So they're just gonna play to get as much as they can. Maybe deny a few creeps here or there by pulling some waves. But yeah, I think the eyes are really gonna have to be like around this mid lane, minute 4, 5, 6, because I've seen this matchup get out of hand very quickly between the Lesh and the Viper.
Go back and play. Top line, Llama taking a fair bit of damage here. Still get bullied completely away from this wave. But indeed, you say Alex will manage to get the connection with the pull. With no interruptions.
You know, just a classic wave pulling. They even have 2 range creeps here somehow. Like, perhaps that was a bit left from the first wave. So there's going to be a lot of creeps denied. I don't know if Llama can actually hold them there for that long. Some Spartan is there doing a good job to actually, you know, hit him a bit.
He got every single... I missed the range creep, but he got all the other CSs still.
One creep is heading off into the tier 2 tower. Unlucky for him.
Looks like Nande didn't have the easiest times getting the
Skylark
tower there. That's going to be first blood there. And caught there. Tombstone down. Not the place to be. Easy first blood there for that duo lane.
He tried a little too hard to pressure the Medusa there. I think it's nice to like get these little chip-ins, right? Sure, like when you have the opportunity. But yeah, you need to be careful against this Undying. Just lowers your HP, Tombstone gets dropped, suddenly a snake deals like 150 damage. Yeah, not the play, but definitely a nice job here by Hustlers.
See again, this top lane creeps getting dragged all over the place. I mean, who's this favouring? So these lanes being, this top lane being a bit of a mess.
I think the messier, the better for Radiant. For the Tide, he's just gonna be chilling. I think Nande, he's gonna free farm anyway, but the more you can get on Tide and the more like small and nice you can chip in here and there, is very good for you for the Tide lane. And on top of that, if they do well, it means that the Tiny is freed up to move. And if he can move to mid, he can double down on the swingy mid matchup between the Lesh and the Viper.
Yeah, Mirage already with that edge, of course. 13 for 6 against the 8 and 1. And that lead, top Spartan, he'll end up getting taken down. Hustlers getting these early kills.
They're doing good. Even here it's a double wave. We'll see if Nande gets to push him off of it. It would be a very big deal if he could. Because Llama, he just wants to kind of chill here and then drag them again. Might be a bit
they've
too
got
hard.
Astral in a second, so Monaspa might be able to make a play. Spartan's trying to bring the creeps away from the tower first before he starts to help out. But the Astral won't be enough to kill off Davai Lama. Still forcing him back a little bit. Spartan standing his ground against both of them.
Why play the lane when you can play in the jungle?
Yeah, the top lane really is a complete mess. It's all over the place, the creeps here. I'm seeing them meet left, right and centre. CS-wise out this top lane, what we've got 13 and 7 for Nande. And Davai Lama 13 and 0. So both cores able to get something from this.
Nice glyph. Just to mess more with the CS, get some more hits off. And yeah, like from here, this is the type of timing where you're already winning this lane as Viper, as we can see from the CS. But now every time you just have this vision on Wish, you're gonna keep clicking him. And if Alex can get this level 3, where he has then 1 level in Avatos, he should really be looking around this mid lane, especially with the siege creep incoming and like on the next wave.
We'll see what Wish does here, but you know, he's going to have to maybe just consider the walk back to base. Very low on HP. And we'll stick around to get a stack done for himself. This is going to be a complete free farm Viper here, Mirage. Level 6
yeah, there's going to be double free farm pretty much, because Medusa is going to be the same. Sometimes lineups can look weird when you have like two of these cores that are very similar in terms of playstyle. Like Viper and Dusa are both kind of single target agi carries that are kind of slow and, you know, just play on range. But I don't really see them getting pressured that much in this game. Sure, there's a Lycan and a Ledge that are gonna run at you, but both of them are... I mean, Skylark is doing pretty well in this lane, even with the First Blood, but they're playing into some definite counters in the game later with the Medusa Stone Gaze, Tidehunter Ravage, so I really think that D2 Hustlers are off to a good start.
Well, they might have a chance for Angel here. You can see Desire was trying to get the wrap round, and Angel knows it. He drops down the Tombstone to make sure that Monaspa can't set up for a play on him. Invisibility. Alex has got the invis. See if that allows him to catch anyone by surprise with that potential toss combo.
Midas Rush is soon complete on OD. Nande only needs 300 gold, so yeah, he's more than happy.
See, Alex is looking for an opportunity to set up, but Wish, he's playing smart, not stepping too far from his tower.
Huh, I'm a bit surprised he didn't go there. I think with the Avatos into the Viper, he would probably just die, because Warlock can't really help, but choosing to play it safe. Don't blame him too much. He's still just applying pressure by just being around. I guess he doesn't really have to even commit. Like, we can see how scared how scared Witch just has to be, as now, poof. See you later, Spartan.
They'll get Spartan out of this one. Not quite the big catch onto Wish they would have hoped for. Top lane as well, Divine Llama able to pull some attention. Was farming the creeps pretty deep between the tier 1 and the tier 2, but TP's out at a point where Wish has disappeared from mid. Make sure that Wish isn't able to punish him there for that deep farm.
Well, they did lose the siege, so Wish actually is not going to take too much damage on the tower. He's not too happy as he's still level 5, but he got himself some stacks. He's going to get level 6, so there's going to be a bit of recovery for him. And I think for D2 Hustlers, they should be looking to use their Lycan soon. Like, he has level 6, I think he's closing in on the Dom, perhaps he even finished it already. And top lane, Nande, he's just going to be chill on his own. I think you shouldn't really use too many resources there. So playing through the Lycan is definitely something they should look for.
Let's have a look. Skylark just wrapping over towards the mid lane. They are fully aware of this. They'll go for the smoke move top. They know that there's quite a few members of Monaspa playing around bottom. So at this point in time, Nande completely on his own. See if they can get him beyond the tower and take him down before any TPs start to come in. Alex will already show, so Monaspa know that this play is being looked towards, and unlikely that they can get this play now. So
bottom lane.
Mirage is going to have to take the walk back towards mid. And D-Shad caught in the trees. Desire trying to find the wraparound control, and they're going to be able to block him in. Monaspa, off the back of sort of a lot of movements happening on the map, they end up the ones being successful. They take down Shad, and quite a bit of time that was spent by Hustlers swinging up towards the top lane, and as I say, Mirage then having to make the walk back to mid where they get nothing.
No, that was very nice. Like, Nande, he steps up. You know, he doesn't like just run into the range of the creeps. He pulls them up north into his tower, so he's safe. He doesn't TP out because he knows that his team is about to make a play bottom. Yeah. In return, they just kill Shad. That was, yeah, very nicely done by Monaspa.
Monaspa still keeping the 3 of them down here. I mean, and for Hustlers, they've still got pretty much 3 of them around this top tower. Nande will stay deep in the trees again. They do obviously have the threat of the Ravage to play with as well if they want to try and dive in for the OD, but Nande definitely making it tricky for them to make the call to go aggressive. Alex is going to start hunting through the trees now, and we'll find him. Nande, immediate Astral and a TP out. He'll get away. Hustlers should be able to put pressure onto the tower here, but unable to kill this OD.
Well played, really. Like some of these individual plays right now from Monaspa are really stellar. The fact that he didn't die earlier, now he gets the Astro into the TP out, because you want to keep a very like open map if you're Monaspa. Your Lycan needs to keep farming his side, Lesh needs to recover. So him staying up here, being semi on top of the net worth and just like chilling and not dying. Now he'll just farm top again when it comes in. It's a great job as Shad. Just taking a bit of poke, didn't have his mana shield on.
Should be fine here. Now, Angel even popping down the tombstone at the threat of Shad getting continuously chased down by Monaspa. Hustlers, they'll bring in the numbers to fight Monaspa here. Spartan looks to be the one to be left behind. Actually, Wish is going to just help play aggressive and make sure that even Hustlers, turning up with Mirage as farm as he is on the Viper, top net worth at the moment, they're not even going to be able to get Spartan. Spartan walks away, and Monaspa, they get a kill out of that.
Yeah, also a very nice centaur stomp in the back by Skylark, who was microing the centaur. Now, they got the mid tower to semi-low HP from D2 Hustlers. Nande is chilling top, as he's just farming, because they all had to rotate out. And now, from all of this as well, like, look at the bot tower. It's being hit by summons. Once again, Undying is forced to TP here. So, yeah, Monaspa they're doing all the right things right now.
Yeah, and we'll see Desire. Yep, he's out in time with the TP. They can't kill him quite quick enough. And from Nande with his itemization, he's pretty much doing what you were saying you wanted to see him do. And if he can get this Axe at a good time, this is something that's going to be pretty strong this game.
For sure. Like, when we talked about it earlier, so we liked the things Hustlers were picking because it's like these wall-type heroes that make it hard for Lycan and Lesh to run in. But now you suddenly have this OD who can play from high range and constantly take out one, maybe both. And now suddenly that really leaves this tiny Viper and Undying like super volatile and susceptible. And it also fits to like the OD playing longer duration fights from high range, which is really cool with this Lycan form and the Leshrac and the Earthshaker. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just loving this. They're playing great.
2k lead. Low kills at the moment, 3 for 2. Naspa having the edge. Hustlers, last few plays they've attempted to make haven't quite been successful. Not being able to get the picks against Monaspa that they'd hoped for, especially with the early moves of the Viper. A Viper that's now getting looked towards. Smoke movement from Nande and Spartan. We'll see if they go with this with the Golem. See if they've got enough damage. Can be the setup. See Mirage try and stand his ground. Ravage comes out, but the dodge is there with the Astro. It does catch, of course, Spartan. As Spartan will go down. And Mirage is going to be able to live. He won't. The Golem will manage to take him. So they get the kill, but this time round it does cost Monaspa a bit. They'll lose 2 heroes.
That's a very strange play. They do end up getting the kill, so that's I mean, it's not the worst trade. Usually when you're in this position right now, they should be very happy with like farming a kind of a flat line. I think Monaspa definitely overstepping their welcome there a little bit. Maybe they thought they would kill him faster, but nice dodge by Nande on the Ravage as well. And yeah, I think he won't be going for that sort of play in the next couple of minutes. He's going to be like, yo, Spartan, I want to farm my Ags, you do you.
Absolutely, yeah. And if he can sort of stay out of action, he'll get that Ags at good time. He's already got basically half of the gold sorted for the Aghanims. Point booster and 1k gold on top of it. So it's going to be good speed when he makes the pickup. Now Wish closing in on the Bloodstone. See, in terms of builds, Davai Lama is just going to make sure that that pipe's there as soon as possible for his teammates. They've got a bit of a better chance against this incredible amount of magical damage that Monaspa can lay down in a team fight.
Yeah, I mean, Wish has also fully recovered his entire game. He was so far behind. Now he's even ahead of the Viper. I think for D2 Hustlers, they have lost a lot of their early game momentum because a lot of it was relying on this Viper doing well mid, which he did, but they didn't really translate it into anything. And now Monaspa, they're pretty much owning the whole map. Like, what is D2 Hustlers supposed to do? Their heroes are very slow around the map with the Strike-Core, and you have a Tiny 4 who, obviously Alex is nowhere near close to a Blink Dagger. So they just have to farm.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Each moment, the gold lead continues to grow for Monaspa. Really touching towards the 3k gold. Bloodstone done for Wish. We'll manage to take out. So this, see this top area that Hustlers, Davai Lama's been able to sit up here pretty safely. Ravage is going to be back again in 10 seconds, so they'll have a chance to set up a responsive fight if Monaspa do try and make moves towards the Tide.
Like, I'm trying to think for now what you want to do if you're on the side of D2 Hustlers, because I think Monaspa are fairly happy with like maintaining the map as it is. Skylar can even look to like block some ancient camps every now and then with his wolves, pop like some Lycan form to get some cheap kills, slowly pressure down this tier 2 bot tower. But if you're D2 Hustlers, I think that you don't have too many aggressive plays. Perhaps you can wait for this pipe on Davai Lama, get towards like this Manta style on Dusa to keep, you know, chipping out the waves, but your aggressive capabilities, they're not really there.
Bottom. Davai Lama and Alex turning up to hold the tier 2. Desire. He's getting aggressive onto Angel in the mid. Angel will pop the ult and drop the tombstone. Try and chase Desire out here, but the backup's coming in. Skylark ready with the shapeshift, closing in on the
Gives him the high
Undying.
five.
That's got Shad by his side, and TP's coming in as well from Hustler, so they'll be able to hold the sort of area, maybe even try and set up a fight themselves. Tombstone's been taken down. There's the threat of Spartan preparing to drop a golem if Hustlers try and commit too deep into the action. So Hustlers can't really step forward as much as they want. Davai Lama's got his eyes on Skylight, but starting to fall low on the mana. Struggle to get the full combo off and doesn't want to commit a ravage around this area too far from the team. So nobody goes down, but again, Monaspa just, with each moment, they're getting that much more out of the map than Hustlers.
Yeah, very awkward right now. A lot of like this mid standoff, which I don't think either team really likes to be in that position right now. Both teams are not really like super ready to just straight up run into the enemies, at least like in too deep of a line, because Desire, he wants to get his Blink Dagger. Medusa has to continue to farm. So I think for D2 Hustlers, they just need someone bottom to just keep pushing out this wave, just keep farming until eventually perhaps Monaspa run too deep into you or they force a Roche. I think until then, there is just no aggressive play. And until then, Monaspa just keep racking up the creeps, get this gold lead, and when they have this Ags plus Blink, I think for them it's snappy time, it's goal time. Smoke it up and get into this D2 Hustlers draft.
Gonna get the setup onto Davai Lama. A lot of damage coming out for Nande, and looks to be way too much for Davai Lama to deal with. A few hits now at this point from Nande, and it takes down the Tide. He's ready to play with the Ags now with a double Astral, level 12 as well, so big damage ready to get dropped with the Sanities. I mean, Monaspa, they're looking very tough to make any sort of move into. It feels like this game already for Hustlers is kind of falling into a situation where they're just sort of looking at Shad and saying, Shad, please carry us.
It really is. And that for him, he needs to be given the time to get there, because I think Monaspa now, like I was talking about their item timings, they have Overlord into drums, they have the Axe completed, the Shaker on Blink, they can force a Roche, and they can continue to just starve the whole map. So even if this Medusa gets fat, which he might, he's going to be playing against like 3 insanely farmed core heroes.
Oh, absolutely. Monaspa's kind of approach to the game, as was in the first game of the day, we saw from them against Alliance, it's been very, very clean. They have come very well prepared today, and you know, as said at the start of the day by T, you know, Monaspa, this is the team that you've got to fear in the best of ones, and already in game 1 against Alliance, now at the start of this game 2 against D2 Hustlers, we're seeing exactly why.
Yeah, this Roche is gone. They're just, I don't know, I feel like for the past 7 minutes, they've done all the right things, apart from maybe small mid engagement. They have good vision, they're making the right moves, they're building the correct items. So if Monaspa can keep up this pace, yeah, I'm very scared for this Medusa.
Dire are scanning.
We'll see. Davai Lama's got the pipe, so a little bit of protection for the team, but obviously not going to do anything for himself against those right clicks. That pure damage for Nande, as we saw before. If Nande gets his hands on the Tide, he'll still just shred through him. They've got their eyes, there's the jump.
Dire's top tower.
The Astral to open with. Second one as well. See with the ult, they're ready to think about continuing for this fight. Angel set up the area with the tombstone, though. Makes it a bit harder for Monaspa to fight into. Spartan, he'll get left behind on this one. Well, they'll let him live a little longer with another defensive Astral from Nande, trying to save the wall up, but there's no escape. So they hold the area nicely there, Hustlers. Make sure that Monaspa aren't able to fight into them this time.
It's a very nice job by Hustlers. So I think the only way that they can fight, or if we look at their draft, they need to fight in like very close areas. Like they have a lot of area control. They have a tombstone, a ravage, then maybe you can try to combo it with a stone gaze. Whereas if you look at Monaspa's draft, they want to like fight in more, like way more open areas where Lycan can chase you down and kite from the trees, where it's easy to reach some astrals here and there to like keep kiting. So around these high grounds and these closed off areas, Monaspa have to be really careful. I legit think it's the only win condition Hustlers have when it comes to team fighting.
Talking about being careful, it's again time for Hustlers to be careful. There's a smoke coming for them. Ults are at the ready. And they'll find Angel. They'll settle for him. Maybe they'll be able to get more. Actually, Nande, he's got the catch onto Davai Lama. They'll be able to turn this into 2 quick kills. Pressure coming in with the bottom wave. They'll also look for this tier 2 tower as well. And with only 3 heroes alive, unlike the Hustlers can do much to put a stop to this push. This tower should be going down.
This tower is definitely dead. I wonder if I feel like you can even stay here with like 1 or 2 heroes, like poke into the tier 3, force the glyph, maybe force some heroes back, because right now they lost the tier 2, but they're still farming on the map. So I really like that they're pushing forward here. Like if they don't bring enough heroes back, you can just keep chipping until you feel like, okay, job's done, they TP 3-4 heroes, now we chill.
Only 6-6 right now, 21 minutes in, but in terms of the moves that we're seeing, Monaspa just looking to be a step ahead so far. BKB's round the corner for Wish, so whilst that Aegis will expire in a couple of minutes, he'll at least have the BKB done in time before it goes away. So that already this Lesh is getting to the point where it's going to be tough for Hustlers to burst through.
Yeah, for sure. Like they're all very happy. I even think right now, for Monaspa, there's like a halfway GG play in their book right now. If you can use one of these walls, like you send it to this Medusa in the top area, and you try to just smoke there with like I even think OD Shaker plus 1 smoke is enough. You get into this Medusa. If you ever find the Hustlers draft scattered, people will die. And whoever comes to help that person, they will die as well.
Shad, Skadi very close. So that next item done. His farm, of course, still there, comparable with the cause of Monaspa. But for both Davai Lama and Mirage, they are falling behind. So it really is, as each minute passes, looking more and more like a game that, for Hustlers, they're really going to be sitting on the shoulders of Shad and hoping that this Medusa can turn this game around at some point.
Yeah, he has to do some heavy lifting, and yeah. I've said it before, even with his high net worth, there's a lot of things that are annoying to play into. Fissure into Totem Stun with the Shard, there's aggressive Howl, these double Astrals, and not only is it annoying for you, but Nande, he's gonna steal like 1,000 mana maybe from like 2 Astrals once you have Skadi, so yeah, this OD ult, you better watch out with the other heroes.
I mean, that's true, yeah, well, you do the maths on it, that's... It's big numbers.
It's a lot of big numbers. It's a lot of numbers.
I'll see what they want to go for next, Monaspa. That's the Aegis gone.
I feel like you might need this blink on Davai Lama. I know like there's a lot of waiting going on. I think right now they can look for some scrappy fights as they're trying to smoke up with the tiny Viper, but the bigger engagement, you need this dagger. Try to blink, ravage, follow it up with a stone gaze, have Viper hit some heroes, maybe get 1 or 2 scrappy kills and then back off from there. It's just too hard. Like, I don't want to be Davai Lama in this position right now. I feel like I can't do anything aggressively, and if I get caught alone, the OD just chomps me down in 3 hits.
Smoke up from both sides. Davai Lama stepping up to the front. We see Monaspa. They're trying to get some deep vision around to the side of the fight, so they've got a good observer to take a team fight around in the mid lane. If Hustlers step out, Hustlers seemingly aware there. I'll make sure that they don't get baited into any action down the mid.
I'm playing it fairly safe. I would. There's only one small thing I would like Monaspa to do a slightly different. It's Skylark using these wolves to scout a bit more. Like a lot of these heroes are just so slow by nature with this Viper type Medusa, and your lineup is very fast. I think you could really like be scouting out a lot of good information. And Stavelama is getting some poking on him.
See Nando, what's he getting next? He's getting the bots next, making sure that he'll be able to split up the map and still have that availability to join the team at any required moment. Get TP'd over towards one of the walls that Skylark's sending in, or setting up some action for.
Yeah, I must say I'm really liking their itemizations on Monaspa's side. I wonder what Spartan is gonna buy. He has like 2k gold saved up on this Warlock. He has a Veil already, which is cool. I feel like he has pretty much free reign to buy whatever he wants. Feel like you could buy, I don't know, you could buy Vlad, Solar Crest, you can Rush Refresher if you're a fancy boy. But in terms of the other itemizations, like all these Boots of Travels, it just counters these Radiant heroes so much because they're so slow and like clunky in these teamfights. You can outplay them very easily. You have Upheaval, fast move speed now with double travel and Lycan form. So yeah, I still think Monaspa, they're checking off all the boxes that, you know, of what they have to do.
Not a whole lot happening really on the part of Hustlers.
No, second Roche is going to be the name of the game soon. As
Yeah, Monaspa, they'll get ready to look for a fight. I mean, Hustlers have sort of just been farming as four around this area. Monaspa, they're ready to push them out of it. They take down Angel. See if they can get more of the Astral. That'll do it to take out Alex. They'll get both of the supports. Skylark, see if you can check out the situation around the triangle. It's just, yeah, Hustlers very much falling into sort of the rhythm of trying to just play a slow game and take any sort of attention they can away from Shad so the Medusa can farm. But it feels like it's just allowing Monaspa to get so much. They're just in full control of the game, and they've got a massive lead already. Just 27 minutes in, already in the double digits net worth lead for Monaspa.
Yeah, and now, yeah, 83% probability. I'm not surprised. So Skylark, he's even fighting off the Viper with just his summons. Yeah, this is not amazing. He even has an AC completed on Skylark. He is insanely massive. They're all massive.
Yeah. No, they're really. I mean, yeah. There's, you know, Wish and Nande being pretty much as farmed as Shad, and you know, Shad's had a lot of room. You know, he's had a lot of room. He's had a lot of freedom to hit the creeps, and he's a Medusa. Yeah. But Monaspa's cause, they're keeping up with him.
Yeah. I like the switch up from Shad's item build. He had this butterfly queued up. So if we think about it, long fights, and whenever, they're just going to kite him. He's going to be Astral, put down under, or ignored. So buying defensive items, I think, is not what you need. Instead, he queues up the Daedalus, has the Chrysalis now. They even find a DD rune. This is one of the best timings they can ask for right now.
All right, they're immediately going to see if they can do something with it. Smoke up. Shad, the first hit onto Spartan. Alex is in with the combo. Spartan.
That's one.
He'll take the fall here. And Roshan's
let's check Roche. Let's go.
Yeah, they could head into this. They've got Ravage and Stone Gaze to keep themselves covered if a fight does head their way. Indeed he is. A little bit of ratting from the Shaker. I mean, Monaspa, they're going to have to get over it quickly if they want to do something about this.
Well, that's an insanely big deal if they get this Roche, which they are.
They're going to get it. There's DD on Shad. That's going to help them do it. That'll be Roshan going down. Aegis into the hands of Shad. There's a shard available as well, of course.
Wow, that's a super big deal. Him getting this DD, him also swapping out like his item build for the correct one, now getting Aegis and a shard for the team. Yeah, suddenly this is like some insanely big swing, like no cap. Even though you're down 11k gold, you're going to be feeling a lot better after this play just now.
Yeah, he's going to give the shard over towards Davai Lama. Get the shard on the tide. What, Spartan?
No, bye-bye.
Well, a little cheeky there, tries to get some high ground vision. Actually able to force back down out of the base, so we'll live a little longer.
Ravage.
Won't be able to get the ult out though, because Davai Lama's in with the Ravage. BKB's out in time though from Wish, commits in over towards Mirage, but Mirage puts the BKB himself, turns towards Desire. Stone Gaze as well from Shadows. Hustlers
Blink.
push back against Monaspa. Nande after the Astral comes to an end, able to blink back to
they got him.
the high ground, but they get the third catch. Triple kill from Mirage, as that's the fight that Hustlers were waiting for.
What monsters? Oh, Nande should be alright. Has blink up and one. He's staying.
Yep,
Yep, he's staying.
He's staying. He gets the kill. All right. Nande there. Yeah, 3 teammates dead on minimal health. You know, most people would blink out. Nande, he's done the maths. He's like, all right, this will do it. This will kill the tide, and he's absolutely right.
All right, so Monaspa they gotta relax. You don't have another one of those mistakes in the bag. Maybe one more for an even game. You do this twice, I think you lose. Because Hustlers, they're owning now. They're winning these fights. They gave the shard to Tide, which now allowed them to also get this follow-up kill at the end. Spartan he's heavily out of position. He needs to take a couple deep breaths, chill a bit. They need to take long fights. They can't have this Warlock sit at the forefront and like get tossed in a third time. Let's not have that happen.
We'll see as well, you know, from Nande, what would you want to see him do? Does he just buy the bots, or do you just try and get that refresher picked up ASAP?
Let's see. I think you go bots. Like you go bots, you just like you play this like faster map type style, play these longer fights, and then you get the refresher as like a last item. I think like for now, these two Astrals, if they just play fights properly, I'm sure they should be fine. It's just that right now they're getting outplayed.
Hustlers, hungry for more now.
Mid-wave being farmed.
Skylark hugging his tier 2 tower. See Wish getting this way pushed up towards the base of Hustlers, so might warrant some sort of reaction from Hustlers to deal with this pressure. His tier 3 is starting to fall pretty low.
I feel like they should pressure this bot tower a bit more. Like Hustlers, I've said it multiple times now, their cores still, even now, they're very immobile. Like they don't want to like have this weird pressure coming in at the bottom side. Like Spartan is in the right spot as is Desire, but I need a core to be here. Like Skylark should rather be like on this bottom half of the map. Wish now is here as well, so doing the right thing, because they can just constantly force Hustlers back. Like if they don't want to fight, they can just force them back in different ways than straight up running into this Medusa and Tide, because right now with this Aegis, I think they're too strong.
On top.
Okay, Tiny TP'd out.
They've got the beginning of a setup onto Shad.
800 mana gone.
See if they're able to keep chasing. Use the Fisher, but they are still aware that obviously behind Shad there is backup. Davai Lama with the Blink Ravage prepared if they do overcommit onto him, so they'll hold back. Full halberd done on Skylark, and we're seeing sort of multiple answers as well to the Medusa. Because you like this from Wish, you know, Aghanims it's very close to being done on the Leshrac.
Yeah, it's gotta be pretty good, right? Is he missing anything? I mean, Shiva is very good for them as well, but I don't really fault him for the Ags. Perhaps it's also something that Nande wants to build later, as yeah, they popped a Lycan form, right? I think that's just want to move around the map faster, just making sure it's still working. But yeah, this game is definitely creeping more and more into the Hustler side right now. Aegis is expiring, so perhaps this is something that they've been waiting for. So this next fight is crucial for both sides.
Yeah, well, we're still yet to sort of see Monaspa hit their big combo. You know, if they do sort of let this Fatal Bonds blink echo, it's going to be huge amounts of magical. Also, you know, if there is Wish in the front lines with the Nihilism, just increasing all this amount of damage that the enemy's going to be taking, you know, some of them will pop.
Yeah, for sure. But the way you set that up is by taking like these slower fights, right? And for Monaspa, the way I've looked at like their last 7-8 minutes of gameplay, I don't know if they have the slow team fighting in them right now. But if they can identify this, then we might see it. Like they need to play with these Fissures on long range, throw in some Astrals, and like, you know, have the Lesh in front and chill. You know, play a slow natural fight. As, oh, hello, Wish. BKB forced.
BKB. Look at the opening stun control onto Alex, but a force staff gets him away from the combo. Hustlers smoked up and maybe ready to play now that BKB's down on Lesh. Spartan doesn't want to be caught on the front though. Be careful. Nande ready with the refresher. Did commit for that over the bots, so we'll have the big double ult.
I hate this Leshrac shard. It's just like running through a minefield here because he's just pumping out these stuns. I do like that one of them is once again going into the bottom lane. Like for Monaspa, I don't want this lane to ever be free. Because they can always just have a Leshrac here or a Lycan who can TP to the fight. You don't need to stack with 5. Hustlers are doing the right thing by forcing here for sure. I don't know if Wish showed bottom, but this tower should just fall. He's still got his TP on cooldown. Shad is feeling chill. And yeah, they're looking. They have a decently aggressive ward here behind the tower.
Well, there's the jump. Alex is in with the toss back into the Ravage. It's a perfect catch.
Got him.
A perfect catch there from Alex, finding Nande. And with that, it'll be an easy tier 2. It's Nande out for 70 seconds there. Now, it felt like Monaspa were playing it careful, sat back, but Alex just stepping a little... No, Alex finding Nande, stepping into that vision of the Observer and immediately punishing through it. It's a full minute without the carry. And Spartan also in trouble. He's caught by the side of the Gush. Will get forced just far enough to survive. Fortification coming out here from Monaspa, but they're going to have to try and hold here 4 versus 5.
Oh, Lycan is saying hello bottom. Have to check soon about what Hustlers want to do here.
Wish. He's going to start getting in aggressive. Still 30 seconds, no OD. See who's going to TP back to deal with the Lycan problem. It will be Davai Lama. He'll come in for the defense. And this will mean that Hustlers overall will start to back off from the push. They'll take the tower. And they'll back off for now. But again, that difference continuing to be closed here by Hustlers.
Ooh, okay, if you're Monaspa, they need to fight this Roche. And you can still fight the same way as you did before. I think Shad is closing in on critical mass. I mean, he's hit it already, but if he ever gets like some BKB Linkins or another item where then they don't have this mechanism where OD can put him under, I honestly think the game might just be done at that point. He's queuing it up now. So Monaspa, they've only got 1 or 2 more fights in them right now. And this is the most important one, being the 3rd Roche.
Oh, the Golem. It's going to catch a couple of them, but the Golem won't last long. Instantly taken down there by the damage of Shad.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, that's not good.
Skylark, he's going to be able to go for Angel. Nice gem on the ground, but Hustler's still managing to hold this area. Fish will come around and return. Alex gets the toss back. Skylark, he'll manage to get the disarm off onto Shad. They're able to separate from the Medusa as well during the Stone Gaze. Actually, what I said, apart from Wish actually gets caught by it. BKB comes out with a Viper Strike of the Skadi damage from the control and the slow from Medusa. There's no chance for a walkaway here for Wish. He's out the fight. Nande turns, drops the ultimate, will burst
another one.
The second one. That will get the clean up on both Alex and Mirage. As Wish, he's in with the buyback. Nande given the chance here for Monaspa to keep hold of this fight. Desire drop an Echo Slam, doesn't do much at all, and Davai Lama able to walk it off, but only until another Astral comes in play from Nande. As Monaspa, they'll manage to take this fight. Great positioning from Nande. He's able to get the job done.
Now it's... Yeah, that's just their Roche, it looks like. Okay. Well played by Monaspa, you know, trying to... I feel like they kind of baited the 2 Hustlers to like come back into them in like this more open area. Undying dies first, and they just kite them so nicely with the Astrals. It's what we talked about earlier. It took a while for them to execute it, but now they got the 3rd Roche and they got a Refresher Shard. This is very big for them. No, 1900 bonus mana on OD. Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I mean, Nande's been playing this very nicely. As you said, not the carry that you kind of expect to see, but making it work here, Nande. And of course, this is all pre-BKB. You know, he's gone for the full greed build, the Midas Ags Octarine Refresher, nothing to kind of keep himself safe outside of the Astral Blink potential. Yeah. So when he has that BKB online, he's going to be a right to. And look what they just found as well. They just got the Timeless Relic for him.
Yeah, that's a big one, and a super obnoxious one if you're on the side of D2 Hustlers. This OD is the entire win condition. I don't care about any other hero on the Monaspa side. If you're on D2 Hustlers, the only thing you need to be saying right now, if you want to win this game, is that we need to jump this OD every fight, no matter what. If you jump anyone else, they will. I'm sure they will lose every fight.
Absolutely. And he's actually going to get the Spell Prism, so he's got the pick between the two of them. And with this Refresher build, the reduced cooldown looks to be favourable here for Nande. I guess you can hold both. Hold the... Well, I know that wouldn't really work. He's deciding. He'll settle with the Relic.
Yeah, it seems fine, right? More of this spell lamp, especially when you already steal like 2 billion mana from your enemies to like your ult deals more, you put them down more in the Astral. Yeah, it's just... the shit's annoying.
See Monaspa. They're ready for the next fight. Refreshers back online for Nande. Double Sanities ready to drop.
I mean, what does he do next? Does he
Are scanning.
buy bots first on OD? Or this guy doesn't sell his Midas, right? There's no way Nande sells Midas at this point.
I don't know, but he might have to, right? He needs that BKB. It's too risky,
he might, but this guy is greedy. I want to see. Like, sell Midas to get the BKB, or are you super greedy? You get bots first, upgrade to Arcane Blink, and then BKB? What's his play? He needs this BKB. If he goes BKB and he just pops it when they jump, the fight is instantly over for Hustlers.
There we go.
Yeah.
BKB's on its way. We'll see what he takes out of the slot for it.
I hope it ain't the boots. It's the boots.
It's the boots. I mean, he's got Blink. You know, he doesn't need to walk anyway. He's just got to press BKB, jump in, bam, bam.
Sure.
That's the job done.
I guess so. I mean, I would use Midas and backpack it and keep my boots in. I feel like the attack speed is kind of worthless. He's only playing on the Astrals, but he's the expert here. He's making this carry OD work time and time again, so I won't question him too much. Just a little bit.
Hustlers themselves, they're out with the smoke. Shad's starting to build up a lot of gold for his next item. 4.7k. I mean, where's he going? He's got the Ags queued up. Do you like that direction?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. He bought the shard too, right? So he's going the shard into the Ags to then like reflect the snakes and stuff when he gets astraled and stuff like that. So yeah, I can see that. It's a nice way of I think adjusting in this game. I mean, one other thing that could be very good on him is, so like the way we've talked about this game is, in my opinion, this entire win condition is this OD. So all they have to do is jump him and find him. So getting a blink or swift blink on the Dusa would be great, because then if you're Tiny or Tide ever catch him, you're just instantly there. You can Stone Gaze blink in and make sure he gets clapped from full to zero. So that's another option that he should think about in this game. All right, enemy team has Aegis. We're waiting a bit. Neither team really too happy to get too deep into enemy lines for now, as this Medusa is still incredibly fat if we're looking at the net worth chart.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Hustler's happy to, as you say, wait for the Aegis and allow Shad to safely get his next bit of progression done on the items. Get some of this money spent, but also potentially have this position where he has got buyback available. So the game getting to a very tense point.
He did switch to BKB for a moment, so it's a little indecisive on the Medusa, and I don't blame him. I think either way is a decent way to go about it. Perhaps the next two items is going to be you drop the Dragon Lance for the Swift Blink, and then you still buy this Ags as he has it queued up. So yeah, BKB is definitely pretty good, just to make sure he doesn't get put under by this OD, doesn't get chain stunned by the Shaker. It's good.
And kind of in turn for Shad, obviously also getting rid of his boots. You think he's in a fine point now to play without boots as well?
Not really. The Zero is so slow.
Yeah.
I would prefer if his next item is actually a Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Like, if you skip the boot, sure. Next up, drop this Dragonlance, sell it, buy a Blink. Because I guess, so it looks like he just wants to buy this full Axe, but I don't know, this hero is so slow. Like, not only does it feel bad, it probably also is pretty awkward. Like, how do you follow your team if they do ever catch his OD? They need your damage to get him killed.
Well, you know, Angel, he's got to make that one last charge of the drums count. You know, give Shad that
really
speed
has to.
boost when it's necessary.
Radiant are scanning.
Monaspa, yeah, they've really managed to build back up that whole lead that they've had, and even more. 16k advantage. Sure, Shad's still at the top, but once again, Monaspa's 3 cores all looking pretty terrifying. Nande level 25, of course, with the cooldown reductions and such.
Oh, they see the TP.
Got this good ward down in the lane. And in fact, he'll just drop the first sanities. It's
okay.
not going to be
That's
enough to get any kills. It'll get them low. Is able to blink away from Shad. You see Davai step forward, see if he can grab more from this, but Fisher will come out in return. And there's the Astrals back up. They can look to turn back towards this tide a little bit. There's Davai Lama. He's going to get bailed upon. I don't. Could his team really offer anything to help him? They've got the Force Staff. The Fisher's there
Rax.
again. Nande still got further Astrals to go with, and there's the second Sanities. It's a double kill for Nande. Double buybacks coming out, but Spartan, he's still got the golem ready to drop. He'll drop it onto Shad. He's ready with the second one. Drops it over the way of Alex. Alex getting beaten back down the lane. Will get healed up and saved for now. Spartan dies, but he's already offered up what he needed to do there, dropping the ultimates. The rest of Monaspa, they'll back out. And indeed, that bottom lane, as you had eyes on, Kezu, it's getting dealt with. So Monaspa continuing to get further and further ahead now, forcing out 2 buybacks and taking a set of racks.
Yeah, I just like how they're playing. They're identifying that it's like not too easy to just straight up fight into it. Now they're just being a Chad, like going in, getting all these Astrals off. Skylark slowly creeping in the bottom lane, you know, being a pesky nuisance, slowly hitting down these towers. And next up is going to be the tier 2 towers. If Monaspa want to do a similar play, a tier 2 tower and a lane has to fall, ideally the top tier 2, because it's easier to ride a side lane than mid. Other than that, if this game slows down for 1.5 minutes, well, there's going to be a new Roche.
Yeah. No, for sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, Monaspa really tightening up their play here today. Lots of money now, again on Nande. He can get that blink out and... Well, of course, he, you know, with this sort of money as well, he can just consider sort of eating the Aghanims, freeing up a slot that way. So, you know, if he really wants to hold on to pumping the Midas as long as he can this game.
Yeah, he might. Honestly, he just really might.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna... He's performing well. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. If he feels he can, you know, make it happen without the boots, then he's probably right in doing so. And all these items that are also coming out, they're just so annoying for Shad to deal with. They have a double halberd, they have the Ags on the Leshrac, Warlock is gonna play on high range. So yeah, this next Roche is gonna be very, very crucial. Perhaps saving buybacks, smoking around, taking this outpost just to have this opportunity of bringing more lives into the fight is something crucial, perhaps even for both teams.
Losing a fight right now. Be very painful for either side, even with the lead that Monaspa have. This Roshan's going to be very, very juicy. Of course, with that Aghanims and Refresher Shard on top of the Aegis Cheese ready for the taking. Shad's going to step into the pit. Everyone know he's in there. And see Hustlers, they look like they want to try and force this.
I think Hustlers have to make this move.
Look, Skylark's just in with the BKB. He's going to look to try and chase down Angel. Look for the easy kills, and they'll get it. That's going to be Angel out of the fight. Of course, without any buyback, they get the Hex onto Nande. Though Nande's in trouble. There's the jump with the Ravage. They're in on top of him. Nande, he's going to get taken down. He's got buyback available to use it straight away. Wish trying to get away from Shad. Shad stand on top of him here, commits him with the BKB, but the cheese is popped. Wish able to heal back up. Nande's on his way back over. Can Hustlers continue to take this fight? They're trying to do it 4 versus 5 now. And with some of their BKBs gone, it's going to be tough. Nande Astral and Sanity's dropped down onto Alex. Alex manages to force away to the side. Shad, he's finally been able to take down
Viper's
Wish,
still alive.
but Wish he's also got buyback ready to play with. Skylark and Desire chase Mirage out of the fight, but back towards Shad. Nande gets in on top of him, cleans up the Medusa, double kill for him. Manaspa, they're looking
More
at the
buybacks.
The buybacks, they're coming out from Hustlers, but still, they're going to have to try and force Manaspa away 4 versus 5. They're not going to be able to get to the pit in time. Roshan falls. Everything here being grabbed up by Manaspa. As Manaspa, the power of the buybacks there, very much favoring them around this Roshan fight. And now, even with their buybacks expended, you know, Nande with the safety of the Aegis, they could look to go for the big hit now down one of these lanes.
Damn, Spartan is a pretty big boy now. His Refresher gets gifted the axe from the Roche. And just, yeah, the buyback just coming in crucial. If Nande doesn't have that one, and perhaps even if Wish doesn't have that cheese. I mean, he even bought back too, so like these two buybacks really saving the fight. Else, you know, maybe Hustlers get that Roche there, but, you know, my friends, that's why you save buybacks, especially for these ever so important fights.
Let's see what the next move is to be from Manaspa. And if Hustlers can deal with it, because obviously this buyback situation, it's very scary. Very scary, even for both sides. You know, maybe if somehow Nande ends up jumping in a bit too deep or gets a toss back, maybe they burn through his Aegis, take him out, and suddenly you're in a situation where the OD's out of the game for 2 minutes. You know, they may have this 27k lead, but they've still got to be very careful when going for the finishing blow, Manaspa.
Yeah, like right now, if you're Monaspa, I don't know how hard they want to just like force into these tier 3s. I would say you just slowly starve out the map, and make sure you keep both outposts as they are, have a gem, deward everything, slowly accumulate more and more gold, and perhaps you can like poke onto these towers with some Lash running in, you know, force, like looking backwards so you can get forced out, and just slowly play it like that, because I would say they're not really in a hurry. 30k gold lead, just slowly chip down the map, play it cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, they're going to be feeling how strong they are right now.
Dire are scanning.
See what Hustler's move is to be. Shad, it's going to be queuing up the Refresher. Next, get a couple of rounds of the BKBs and the Stone Gazes and the team fights.
Okay, yeah. Refresher ain't too bad. Still of the opinion that the Swiftblink and Refresher are both great items for him. Of course, he doesn't have a gold cheat, so he has to decide on one of the two. Unluckily for him.
So Desire scouting things out here from the cliff. Of course, he's the one to hold the Refresher Shard as well, so a couple of rounds of the stun combo from the Shaker could be incredibly deadly for Hustlers. See, Monaspa start to step up here with this smoke. Looking to put the pressure onto this tier 2. See what sort of an answer comes from Hustlers. As Monaspa start to show their hand down the mid. Already to the side. Desire and Nande, they're trying to start off the action. But Nande is caught by the Hex. Still very far away. We'll see Spartan drop the golem to try and kind of give some sort of space here.
It does
for Nande to be able to step away. It's going to be protected by now by the Aeon Disc. So that's further Astrals to keep himself protected. Alex jumps in with the combo, but Nande is already out with the Blink Astral. A teasing around with Hustlers there. Still looking a little dangerous when they do moves like that.
For sure. I would say like, Skylark was mainly popping his ult to like pressure this tier 2 towers. Nande, he's just poking a bit, stealing a bit more of the mana. So they weren't really looking for a fight. They were like poking around. I mean, luckily for them, they have Aeon Disc and BKBs to bail out. I do like that Nande has this Aeon Disc. Yeah. Because we said it time and time again, he needs to die first. How do you mitigate that? Build an Aeon Disc. Ask for yourself, blink out, pop your BKB. He even has an Aegis now, so he has like 3 layers of save. But even when the Aegis is gone, this Aeon Disc is gonna do a lot.
Yeah, we'll see instantly Mirage changing up the build. He had the Refresher queued up to go for like the Refresher Hex plays, but he'll change up for a Nullifier. Make sure they've got some sort of an answer to that Aeon Disc.
Great adjustment. And it's just, you need to continuously throw answers at the enemies, like when they do this. They understand OD is the win condition. He's gonna buy an item to... Uh-oh.
He's looking very dead. It won't be. Oh, well, maybe the double
Holy
combo's
base.
coming out. Spartan will finally fall, but the damage has been done in return. The double Sanays have taken out two. Both Alex and Angel dead. Wish is going to continue to chase on for more. Desires in with the Echo. He's able to shut off the escape here of Mirage and Shad. Mirage taken
Oh,
down.
I got halberted.
Both him and Angel will buy back. A few seconds of Shad's BKB put to waste there due to the duration of that halberd persisting. Nande back in with the Astrals, but there's the jump over towards him. He on disc. It's back online,
6
of course, with that
seconds.
reduced cooldown. Thanks to the Octarine, and they're able to force him back to the safety of the high ground. Monaspa making an aggressive move there. They themselves only losing one, but able to effectively take down three. You know, Angel and Mirage having to buy back there. So continued damage being done here by Monaspa.
They're just, yeah, they're just playing it correct. They're trading, you know, nicely all the time, forcing out buybacks over and over. They traded their Warlock for a core and an Undying spyback, so really nicely done by them. There is a window now, though, for D2 Hustlers. The Aegis is gone. Aeon Disc is on a slight cooldown, so they could try and go for that, or you just wait for one of these nullifiers to be done. Dalai Lama was thinking about buying one himself. As we have a Rapier on chat,
There we go.
you know what I respect about this game is that both teams are just playing to win. Like, Hustlers are down 30k gold. They're just going into the pit. They're buying the items they need to in order to win the game, not like, you know, some passive shit. No. Buying the Rapier in order to come back into this game, this is good stuff.
Let's see if this can do it for Shad. It's a tough game to carry there. 35k down.
They need one of these nullifiers or their refresher on Tide. It's like they need more. Shad needs a little bit of help, either to be able to burst this OD or a second Ravage in the fight. Because I mean, look at Monaspa's gold lead. They just have all the items that they want. Now we have stupid Howl talents, which are incredibly strong, especially against this Medusa.
Oh, for sure, yeah, takes away a lot of her damage. Roshan, we'll see when it's going to be back up in a minute. I mean, Asper very much can hold back for that one.
When he uses Howl, will it remove the Divine Rapier damage with the 25 talent, or am I being stupid?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he should legit just
base,
wait
but now
until
it's
this BKB is over. Oh my god. That's way too good. He has only one way of dispelling it. Honestly, if you're Shad, I don't know if their neutral item stash has like a dispel in it. Yeah, he should take the Flicker. My lord, he needs that.
True.
This
Yeah,
Howl is...
the Howl
Look
will
at his
destroy.
damage. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how much. I'll try and keep an eye on what his damage actually gets shot down to, because it should show on the numbers.
Looked like he went from 500 to 150. But we'll see it again when it happens the next time.
Actually, that's quite the reduction. That's going to feel pretty bad.
Yeah, he's gonna tickle them.
So as you say, he's got to be prepared to get that off him somehow.
Next Roche, once again. Next objective is spawning for us.
Hustlers, I mean, can they try and make some sort of risky play to stop this? I don't think they can. This is going to be a free Roshan. Probably one of the games this entire Division 2 that we've seen Roshan being taken down the most. What was that? The fifth death here for Roche this game.
Yep. He's died plenty of times. So honestly, he might die another 1 or 2 times. I don't know. At this rate, it's not that easy for Monaspa to like really end. They might keep going for some of these like more splitty plays where they go 4 top, Skylar goes mid with Silver Edge, hits it like 4, 5, 6 times or however long he's allowed to, and then they chill again. Oh, toss back.
Oh, on disc. I see the golem dropped, and here comes the second one. The BKB's out.
It's a lot of
from Shad.
golems.
Spartan, he'll die.
Oh, he's
Nande
dead.
is also taking a heavy amount of damage. That's going to be the Aegis gone.
Ravage, can he time it?
See?
Good Fisher.
And the Fisher kept him covered there. Desire made sure that there wasn't any chance for Davai Lama to get down to the low ground and get on top of Nande. And Shad pops the Stone Gaze, backs off. They're not able to quite make that second attack attempt onto Nande. Thanks to the great Fisher there from Desire.
Okay, Don't underestimate this Medusa with the Divine Rapier. If he's not under Howl effect, he is clapping you into the next game real fast.
I've got the refresher on Tide now. Davai Lama will have that ready to go. So it really, there's so much stuff that Nande's got to be prepared to dodge and survive through. Of course, he has got some fair few ways of doing that. As time passes, Hustlers are getting those little extra bits that could trip up the OD in the team fights.
I need some Aghanim shards being picked up here on Monaspa side. I think Nande, he should buy it. People can start moving the Astro unless I'm missing something of why you wouldn't want to. You're gonna get more mana steal as well from this 2,000 mana Medusa.
Yeah, I mean, that's super worth.
Yeah, and Skylark doesn't have a shard either. I feel like he'd be... I mean, his net worth is insanely high anyway, so perhaps he doesn't need it, but it's just annoying to, you know, maybe the one wolf can make a difference in one of the next fights.
Oh, here we go, the big items coming out. Oh, are we getting anything busted?
I want the Giant's Ring on Lycan, I want to see it. Book of Shadows, lame. Apex, Monk up.
Apex, oh, there we go. And more in. Here, more mana for Nande. Up to, what's got, yeah, a mana pool of 4,400 without any steal being made.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of mana to be playing with a base, but he's actually decided against it. Prefers the Spell Prism.
Huh, okay, yeah, he just wants to, I guess, rack up, like, honestly, this could be a timing. They have this Arcane rune on him, like, if he can just, let's say you don't really start a fight, but you Astro like a couple heroes. Uh-oh, that's one Astro.
Alright, look at the follow-up stun from Wish. A second Astral, they're building up that Indecise in with the Echo from the side.
Double hammer.
Straight in onto the two supports.
No buyback.
As Alex and Angel are out of the game, Shad pots the BKB in the Stone Gaze and attempts to push them back off to the side there. Davai Lama pots the Ravage. There's
another
the
one.
Second one. They'll also be able to throw back the Leshrac over towards Shad, but another Astral comes into play. Shad getting disarmed, will be forced back to safety. We'll see Wish. He's still trying to get aggressive in onto them. Bloodstones at the ready, begins to heal up. Mirage will start stacking up the poison upon him. Shad.
Shad can play.
He's getting Astraled after Astraled after Astraled. Just continuously getting controlled here by Nande. Down on low ground, there's the Sanity's back up again. The Golem's going to get dropped. It's going to be Hustlers falling left, right, and center. 2 dead. No buyback here on Alex or Angel. Shad's out of the game for 2 minutes. He'll buy back, but that's the Rapier hitting the floor. Skylark will pick it up. He'll claim the Rapier. 70,000 gold lead here for Monaspa.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, there's no way they can lose this game, right? Does it care? So this has got to be an impossible game to lose, surely.
Yeah, this has got to be a... there might be a 1%. Yeah, this has to be a 0%.
It's got to be a 0%. I mean, we see the Deso being picked up here from Desire. He's ready to try and close this game
2%. Oh, I'm dying his buyback.
See Mirage. And he's going to get a slam to the face. They put the fortification. There's the buyback. Back online for Angel. Shad, forced to the side. He'll live. Angel is going to TP in very aggressively. Probably immediately to his own death. Another 4-star to get back. But the Fisher blocks him off. Sanity's is back up. That's him out of the game. No buyback. The Ancient's exposed. It's just Shad and Davai Lama left alive.
Whoa.
But there's nothing that they can do to stop this one, as the Ancient will fall. And good luck